What up? What up? YouTube, it's your girl. I'm back up in this thing. Listen, I had to get straight to it. Now, these folks, y'all, is something else. I don't know why I won't get bigger. Oh, there we go. So these folks are something else, y'all. Every day, the new media have to come in here and check these fools. I've been doing it for the last year. I'm happy to have more people, Black YouTubers, joining the checks of the Cleveland media. It was lonely out here for a minute, y'all. But welcome to Black Culture is Lit. This is where the receipts been getting pulled, the narratives been getting exposed, and we say what folks scared to say, but it's more people speaking now. But hold on, no. Y'all not about to play with Coach Prime like this. Mm-mm. Because see, now Cleveland media is in an uproar, y'all. Mm-hmm. And I talk about it all the time. I talk about white fragility all the time. Y'all know, if y'all follow my content, y'all know I don't hold them up, right? Because now Cleveland media is in an uproar because the Cleveland Browns owner Jimmy Haslam been invited Coach Prime and his Colorado staff to visit the Cleveland Browns. They have a college NFL connection, right? But here's my thing. You see this picture on the screen? This is when we met Coach Prime. 1998, I believe. No, 89. 89, 88. I got it wrong. 1988. Black man with a curl sitting on the couch. Do you know how excited we was? I was what, 20, maybe not even 20 at the time. So these folks are acting like Deion Sanders just pulled up asking for a parent visitor pass to see his son. So many rumors of being a helicopter parent. I mean, these people just keep going and going and going. And this is where I have to stop everybody. Because some of these folks talking don't even sound like they watch football. I know they don't watch football. We know you don't watch football. Y'all keep trying to reduce this man down to this is just Shedeur's daddy. Excuse me? That's not just a father. That's a Hall of Famer. That is a Hall of Famer. Yeah. And let me say it again, because some people tend to forget. This is not just a father. That's a Hall of Famer. And you will not play with our legends. Not Coach Prime, not Michael Irwin, not Emmitt Smith, not Wilt Chamberlain, not who else? It's a lot of them. This man is one of the greatest athletes ever. That's one of the most influential football minds walking. Put some respect on his resume. Or you can keep getting checked every day by the new media. They want Prime to shrink, y'all. And I peeped game last year, but sometimes you could be ahead of things. And this really ain't about a visit. You feel me? This ain't really about no visit. Nah. It's deeper than that, y'all. Because NFL coaches, owners, organizations invite people around football all the time. Legends, college staff, former players. Relationships happen in football every day. But somehow, when Deion Sanders is involved, these white folks lose their mind. They lose their mind, y'all. What is it about Deion Sanders that make these people behave this way, talk this way, and say these things? Why do they lose their minds when dealing with Deion Sanders? Now suddenly they talk about, why is he here? What is this? This is a conflict of interest. This is daddy ball. This is weird. No. What feels weird is how some people act when Coach Prime walks in the room. Like, grab your nuts. Grab your nuts. They want Coach Prime to become small. They want him to be regular degular. They want this man to be a janitor. Yeah, they want him to be Wildrow Sanders, a janitor at Compton High School, whose son has made it to the NFL. This is what they want. They want that man to become small for some reason. It's weird. They want him to be regular. They want him to be quiet. They want him to act like, you know what? I'm just going to be here supporting my son. No. Prime ain't regular. He never was. And I'm finna tell you what's even crazier, y'all. This young man been there the whole time watching his daddy maneuver. How dare you say he's incompetent? I'm so sick of these people. Cleveland media, I'm sick of you. Why are y'all so mad? We got to think about it, y'all. If you've been rocking with Black Culture is Lit TV and peeping these media games, hit that subscribe button, because over here receipts matter. All right? Let's get back into it. So let's rewind for a minute, because before Colorado and before Shedeur, because we're gonna play that game since y'all want to forget who this man is. Let me remind you. Before Colorado, before Shedeur, before Travis Hunter, before all this bullshit, who was Deion Sanders? Prime time. You see him on the screen. The original prime time. Let me show you the original prime time. That's the original prime time. That's who we met in 1988. Had a curl, look wet, but it was dry. Hall of Fame. Super Bowl champion. 8-time Pro Bowler. Baseball and football. Changed the culture. Changed the style. Changed swagger. Changed sports marketing. Look, Prime been branding himself before branding was cool, y'all. Half of these talking heads built career discussing people like him. Now suddenly they walk around the NF space and act, like they confused, like they don't remember. Stop it. You don't invite Prime because of Shedeur. You invite Prime because it's Prime. Prime is Prime. Stop playing with our legends. So, Here's my theory. Here is my theory. And y'all know I've been saying this. This Cleveland media energy, y'all know I say it all the time. I refuse to put them in my videos. I refuse. The only how I know what's being said is through other YouTubers, because I don't pay attention to what they say, because their energy, it feels like the Revenge of the Nerds. And if you don't know about that movie, go watch it. But hear me out. Because 11 months ago, y'all, I was calling out certain reporters by name. I've been peeped this. So I've been waiting for them to catch up with the bullshit, because this been happening since Shedeur got drafted. I saw who kept throwing little shots, and so did Coach Prime. But now suddenly everybody got the same energy, which is, I'm happy to have more soldiers on the battlefield out here in these YouTube streets with this classical old media tactics, clickbaiting tactics. But it just seems like everybody reading from the same script. Everybody's suddenly experts, and what usually bothers people is power, access, influence. Coach Prime changed narratives, y'all. Coach Prime controls attention. Coach Prime speaks directly to his fans. You see, he pulled up at the barbershop with G. Bush, and that scared them people, y'all. Man, I swear to God, y'all, I felt like a kid in a candy store when that happened, because I know they were so mad to see a black man on an independent YouTube channel and interview Coach Prime. That scared them folks, because they used to controlling the story. Because now they don't own the microphone. We do. Coach Prime do. And here's the funny part. Now, this is what got me crying. Y'all, guess who is visiting Cleveland Browns as I'm speaking to you right now? Guess. Colorado University is in Cleveland Brown right now for a seminar, a football seminar. So you mean to tell me Colorado University was already coming? You talking about clowns. The Cleveland media is clowns, y'all. And I'm telling y'all, this is what white fragility does. All this outrage, all this panic, all these think pieces for a football world where these people were crossing paths anyway. They are so scared for Coach Prime to meet Todd Monken, the new Cleveland Brown head coach. And what's even sadder is that's all y'all got out the interview with G. Bush and Coach Prime? That's all y'all got out of that interview. No national media, none of these folks are talking about, the jewels he gave on who Shedeur is. No, they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about he been clocking in line since he was 7. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about he been writing defenses on the whiteboard with his daddy since he was 7. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. I'm at the point where these folks, they just need something to complain about, and they are uncultured for a sport that has over, I say 95% of black men playing in football. But I'll go with the statistics of 83% or whatever they say. I don't know where the other almost 20% of other people come from, but whatever. You would think people who is not of this culture would try to understand it a little bit more. You would think people in this field actually understand football. Like I said, they just need something to complain about. Because football people understand immediately what's happening. The networking, the relationships. Football minds around football minds. Normal. But if you don't really watch football, everything looks suspicious to these people. But here's my real issue. And this is where I got to protect Black culture. You don't have to love Coach Prime. You don't. You can criticize his decisions. You can question his coaching. You can debate football. Cool. But stop disrespecting the man's legacy. And we're asking you nicely. So take this as warning shots. Okay? Stop disrespecting our legends. Stop disrespecting our legends. Stop acting like he's some random football parent. Because Prime earned his seat. He earned his seat. Matter of fact, he built the table. And that's why some folks still struggle with it. I'm finna tell you what's crazy that I peeped out. Urban Meyer ran a piece on Coach Prime and Shedeur and said Shedeur should start and gave Coach Prime all his praises. Guess what I saw this morning when I woke up? I saw an article about Urban Meyer, and it was a horrible article. They didn't try to smear this man's name just in one day because he said that Shedeur should start and Coach Prime is his homeboy. Then they ran a piece this morning, Yahoo Sports, about Urban Meyer, something happened in his past. I was like, these people play dirty. They play dirty out here, y'all. So it's important for us Black content creators to check these fools. Stop disrespecting our legends. So, y'all, is Cleveland media overreacting like always? Yep. Do people forget Coach Prime is a Hall of Famer first? No, they don't forget. They just want to disrespect that. This Revenge of the Nerds energy that the Cleveland media have that I keep talking about. Yeah. But one more thing, y'all. Why does it always feel like people keep wanting Coach Prime to be a regular schmegular dad? Because regular left the room a long time ago. Yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you feeling Black culture is lit TV, hit that subscribe button. Talk to your girl on these videos. Push me in the algorithm. Okay? Because I don't get down to, I don't just, unravel what's going on. I try to get behind the why. So yeah. Make sure you subscribe. And on the way out, I might as well play one of my songs I created, right? Might as well, because it sure goes with it. Because I just really want to know.
Say calm down, say we doing too much, but believe look different when it come from us. Why you mad when we support Shedeur? It ain't worship, it's respect, that's true. Y'all call it passion when it look like you, but when it look like us, it's an issue too. Why belief only valid when it fit they face? We see greatness early, y'all say wait your place. If he confident, now he arrogant, but cocky turned to leader. If the skin change, every fan base allowed to dream loud. Paint they face, scream proud in the crowd, but when we say that's him, now it's bias. Funny how belief only logic when it ain't us. They say keep it football, but never do. Soon as we speak facts, it's uncomfortable truth. We don't need permission to see what we see. Black intuition being elite, that's history. Why you mad when we support Shedeur? Same faith, y'all show yours, we show too. They say calm down, say we doing too much, but belief look different when it come from us. Why you mad when we support Shedeur? It ain't worship, it's respect, that's true. Y'all call it passion when it look like you, but when it look like us, it's an issue too. Let's be clear, this ain't just about those. It's the system mad, we won't sit quiet no more. Quarterback with confidence, raised to expect, not begging for approval, not starving for respect. We seen this movie, different names, same plot. Soon as black folks rally, they say tone it down. But hype for years if it's somebody else. We gotta prove twice just to equal they self. They say stop making it racial, but listen, if it wasn't, why the anger, why the tension? If our voice didn't matter, y'all wouldn't react. Truth is hardest when it's wrapped in facts. Why you mad when we support Shedeur? Same faith, y'all show yours, we show too. They say calm down, say we doing too much, but belief look different when it come from us. Why you mad when we support Shedeur? If it wasn't power, wouldn't bother you. We just see what we see and stand on. If that make you mad, well imagine that. It ain't hate, it ain't blind loyalty. It's recognition, it's community. We know what pressure look like every day. So when we see one stand tall, we relate. They mad cause we don't wait for headlines. We don't need experts to validate mine. We don't whisper belief, we declare. That level of certainty scare them right there. Support ain't a crime, pride ain't a sin. We just tired of letting them move the pen. So we speak, we post, we stand on the truth. If that bother you, ask yourself who's who. Why you mad when we support Shedeur? Same faith, y'all show yours, we show too. They say calm down, say we doing too much, but belief look different when it come from us. Why you mad when we support Shedeur?
So, yeah, why they mad? Now, before I get out of here, I just got one more thing to say. Every post, every debate, every narrative, every smear campaign, these people are getting paid. The real question ain't if people talking about Coach Prime or Shedeur. The real question is, without Coach Prime and Shedeur, what they really talking about? Peace, y'all.